So the doors aren't latched, and there's one there and one there. But the only reason it's wobbly is because it's on carpet. This is also fairly wobbly. This is lighter, so it's a little more wobbly, but not bad. It's definitely not like falling apart or anything. Haven't even zip tied it together, except the base layer is zip tied together, but like none of these are zip tied to the base. Right, so I moved the ladder in further because the bin I found was not quite as wide as I wanted, but I found this one at Home Depot. It's a 27-gallon tough bin, and I just trimmed that edge. So it was like this with the little like handle grips, and I shaved that off with a hacksaw. It didn't take very long, so no power tools needed. This edge is not as nice as a result, but I think it'll be fine. And if they chew it a little bit, it'll be okay. The next thing I need to do is drill some holes so I can fasten it to the bars. So the hinges have been extended, but they're not holding all of the doors tight. Like this one's tight, but this one is not. I'm going to have to adjust it, I think. And this one's pretty good. So I think I'm going to change it so that instead of hinging here in the middle, it does like this one, and I'm just going to flip it around. That should solve this issue because it'll be held tight against the cage just like these are. That's the only problem I've had so far, but the bin is in place. You can see it is fastened and sitting on the shelf level right there. And it's fastened over here, and there's bolts in the back right there. So that's all set. I have to finish covering this, flip that door around, and then I can start filling it with fall breakers. All right, I think it's basically done. I have put the trim on the whole bin at the bottom. I have fastened all this together. I actually opted to use hog rings that I already had to hold all the pieces together. The only thing I really need to do is go with my Dremel and just kind of buzz these little points off. I made it so all of these are on the outside, but anyone who puts their hand on it is going to get cut because it's a little sharp. Patched this spot. Look how good that looks. I haven't trimmed these down yet, but it's blends in very well, so I'm happy about that. I added latches to this door, but overall, I mean, like, it's a little wobbly, but it's not coming apart. So even if they chew on the plastic connectors, it's good because these will hold it together. So it might slide a little bit without them, but it's still going to stay together. Oh, and I guess I should show you this. So I have panels protecting my sofa so they can't chew on the sofa. I also have some on this side for the boy cage. So no chewing on the sofa. I wish I had one more for that, but since the main panels keep everything back, it should be fine. There's a pretty good gap. This does not have water bottles on it yet because I have to go through them and figure out which ones I need to use. The one I want to use needs some maintenance done on it. It's dirty, so probably going to use one of those big, like these, and a couple of the little green ones. But for right now, this is the cat cage that I've got set up for the girls. They're not in it yet. They can go in it tomorrow after I do temperament testing. So we've got a platform right here, and a big bin full of bedding, basket. Those are babies, don't mind them, they're just crazy. Basket, little basket, platforms. So rose branch, scarf hanger, hammock, scarf hanger, platform, platform, platform. And then we've got a house and a foraging toy and another foraging toy. And then we make our way down to the next one. We have a wobbly bridge here. It goes across. I've got a chain hung so I can put this toy right here. There's a branch. I have to fix this. I need to drill some holes and then I'll attach it better. Sorry, that's not in frame. There we go. I have to drill some holes and attach it. These don't work very well on this. Or I might just stick a small patch of hardware cloth on the front and do it that way. But they don't fasten well enough. So if I drill some holes on the side here, see how it's got this like thick section, then I can fasten it with some pipe cleaners and it'll be fine. There's a basket and another crocheted bridge here, another basket there. We've got a house. There's a PVC pipe under there. Little platform and a little platform. So all I have to do is put in chew toys and water bottles, and then the rats can go in this tomorrow and fix that, obviously. So that is the setup. This will be for the mainline girls. I can close this just fine with two hands. It's just the one hand that I have trouble with. And so yeah, this is their setup. As you can see, the girls are already in it. I did want to talk about two things though real quick. So first of all, I patched this section. I showed y'all that in a previous video. When I first put my rats in a new cage, one thing I do is stay close by and monitor for any chance that they can get out. And I was cooking, so I had my son doing that for me. And I'm really glad I did, because as you can see, these bars are fine. And the majority of the cage is made up of these bars, which the babies can't escape from. Like, it is not possible. However, there is one panel, that they can, and that is this one that has the door. Because if you look really closely, there's a difference in gap spacing here versus here. If you look at my previous video that had the clip at the end with the baby dwarf that I was showing you, I actually talked about the door and you could see that. I don't know how I didn't see it, but it was visible. So thankfully my son was up here when it happened and saw them get out. So he was able to tell me exactly where and I was able to fix it. I had this panel and that one attached with zip ties, and I don't remember which baby it was, I think it's her, had chewed the zip ties this morning and pushed the wire up, like literally bent it up and got out. I was able to find her very easily because she was climbing on her mom's cage right out in the open, and she was the only one that got out. It was an easy fix, but now I have attached them with pipe cleaners because my rats don't currently chew pipe cleaners. I'm going to replace it with wire. I just haven't yet because I don't like how the pipe cleaners look. I think it's ugly, and I really want to weave it in and then paint over it. And what I'm thinking is I did a really good job on this panel. These I did after the fact, and they're really patchy. So when I clean the next time, I'll just take the whole lid off because I made it so I can do that. And I will paint those better and wire them in place while they're in the playpen so it can dry. It dries really fast. You don't know how well you can see it because Baby Toes is in the way. But, oh, well, there you go. They've chewed the opening in this corner a little bigger. And this one. Because they wanted it to have a pathway to get through, apparently. See that? Why? Because they're rats. And they wanted the pathway, right? They didn't get a full cage layout change yet, but I did want to update that. I changed the edging on the bottom tray, and it now has a metal edging and then metal tape around it, because someone, and I still don't know which rat, thought it was fun to take the plastic binder spines off and then chew them. And they also thought it was fun to take the tape off, drag it through the bedding, and then drag it all over the cage like a streamer. So now we have switched it so they can't do that. Seems to be holding up pretty well after 24 hours. We'll see how it goes, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere because this whole top edge is aluminum and pretty thick. And it comes down to about here on both the front and the back. Thanks for watching. Bye!